questioning the validity of what you're saying, because I can demonstrate to you that the Bible that you read, which is the King James Bible, contains forged verses. Now, if the King James Bible, John 1:5-7, there are three bear witness in heaven: the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and these three are one. This is not found in any manuscript of the Bible until the 10th century.
So that makes it a fraud?
Yes. It means someone's put that verse in that wasn't there.
Why?
Why? Because whoever wrote that... I'll explain to you. Because Trinitarianism has not always been the only version of Christianity. But the Trinitarian Creed wasn't established for 400 years.
No, the Trinity always was.
No, it wasn't. There were Christians who didn't believe in the divinity of Jesus. There were Christians who didn't believe in Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
All right, so a couple of claims in here around the Trinity, but particularly I think this kind of central one is that there are these forged verses in the Bible that kind of get inserted in there to be able to justify particular doctrines like the Trinity, for instance. Therefore, can we really take the New Testament seriously in what it says about Jesus, given these sort of forged verses? What's your response as someone who spent a fair bit of time in the historical science known as textual criticism, trying to reconstruct the New Testament from manuscripts? How would you respond to Hamza?
Yeah, well, first off, I would say that to say that there are Christians who don't believe the Trinity is about as logical as saying that there are Muslims who don't believe Muhammad is a prophet. In saying that it is as essential for Christians to believe that in the one being of God, Yahweh, exists three co-equal, co-eternal persons, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it is for a Muslim to say that there is no God but God and Muhammad is a prophet. I would first off state that there's no such thing as a non-Trinitarian Christian. It is essential for Christianity that Trinitarianism is core to what it believes. Now, where has...
Because he's trying at this point to be able to deny the divinity of Jesus in general. Because as soon as you affirm that Jesus Christ is Lord, that he is identified with Yahweh, as there are so many New Testament verses that lead in that direction from the teaching of the apostles. At that point, the Trinity is bankrupt. And that's kind of where he's trying to lead, that Jesus is a prophet or just a man, or at most a created being, some other kind of belief of early sectarian groups. But yeah, follow on.
Yeah, no, where Hamza is correct is that 1 John 5:7 is a clear addition later on in the manuscripts. Now, however, he admits that Trinitarianism, and at least the Trinitarian Creed at Nicaea, which I'm assuming is what he means when he talks about, 400 years after, predates 1 John 5:7 being included within the manuscript that Christians were using. So Christians didn't need 1 John 5:7 to get the Trinity, because the Trinity is a concept that groups like those at Nicaea put vocabulary to, because that was essential and organic to the Bible.